Let's see, is everything working? I think it's all working. Let me know if anything's too quiet. Hi everyone. Hi MS Paint Mouse. Hi Jacob Coulter. Hi Casual Vandal. Hi IKR. Hi Squishy. Thanks for the subscribe. Hi Angel. Hi. Let me scroll back in chat. Hi Dragofina. Hi Ko. Hi Ming Xiaozhang. Hi. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Oh, hi Bolero Melody. Nice to see you. Hello, first time catching stream. Big fan of your content. Hi Absol BR. Nice to see you. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hi Kosi or Cocaelist. Hi Xylet Wolfie. Glad to finally catch a Yam stream. Yeah, I'm trying to stream more. I put a lot of pressure on myself to make like really good content, but sometimes just going live and seeing what happens is necessary, so that's what I'm doing today. I don't have a super solid plan today. Hi Najimi. Hi Emily Duquette. Yeah, so I'm planning on going live more and, you know, maybe discussing, you know, more in depth on the things I go over in my videos. Najimi, I feel like your profile picture is familiar, but I can't place a name. I'm sorry. Hi Shreds. Eek, I'm getting food, so I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. Oh, hold on. I tried to use the YouTube version of Stream Beats and just have the videos play, but there's advertisements. How unfortunate. I don't have ad blocker. I'm horrible. Hello there, first time here. Aw, nice to see you. Thanks everyone for showing up to a stream. I know I'm more known for my videos. Hi, you've been really helpful in my VTuber design so far. I'm so glad to hear it, Capri-san. It's from Komi-san. Wa Komyu Shou desu. Oh, okay. Manga. Got it. Oh. Is it Komi can't communicate in English? No? I don't know. I did a redesign for you. Oh! Yes! Najimi. I'm so sorry. You know, today is ultimate bat brain. I'm still getting over like this weird virus thing. So I'm so sorry for not immediately realizing, but yeah, you did a great job. Yam streams are great. Hope you guys enjoy your start. Yep, that's in English. Okay, what's a Zatsudan? So Zatsudan is a genre of content that is kind of borrowed from Japanese VTubers. It's like a miscellaneous talking stream. That's what they call a Zatsudan stream. So I borrowed the term there. Robin Hood Burb, hey y'all, how's it going? Going pretty good. Just getting settled. I mean, you can't remember everyone, it's extremely hard to. I'm still trying. You know what? I still have a small enough community to communicate with you guys, so that's what I'll try to do. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, me too. You know, that's why my schedule was so late this week, because I was just sleeping. On Monday, I was like completely out. And I figured by Wednesday, I'll be nice and totally Genki, and I am not totally Genki, but here I am anyways. Oh, so it's just like a just chatting stream. Yeah. I'm back again. Welcome back, Ko. As long as you do your best, then that's what matters. Yeah. Speaking of doing my best, I am scheduling this specific Just Chatting stream to avoid, making another mistake on my next video upload. I love your videos, the ones seeing at least discussing VTuber designs. Yeah, VTuber design is my forte. So my last video was a very in-depth timeline about agency VTuber lore. And, there was a problem with that video. Namely, I got stuck in the research portion and I way overdid that video. It's too in-depth. It took forever to script and edit, and then I kind of burnt out halfway through making it, and then I got sick, and then it came out late, and then the algorithm didn't pick it up. And so, as much as I will probably look back on my latest lore, or my latest video, that being on VTuber lore, oh my gosh, more ads. You know what, I'm just gonna find a different background music. And yes, I'm aware my model is frozen. I'm sorry. Let me find a different BGM. Because this one has too many ads, and I didn't install an ad blocker. Okay. I'm frozen again. Anyways, what I was saying is my last video was a learning experience. Namely, what not to do. Until I have, like, a better grasp on the scope of, of how long these videos take. So, my plan was to make another video on VTuber lore, but with editing that script this week, I kind of realized I don't need to make another video on VTuber lore specifically. I need to make something that's a little more generalized, that more general audiences of both VTuber fans and VTubers themselves can take away from. VTuber fans being able to enjoy it because they can better appreciate their favorite VTubers, and then VTubers themselves being able to take away from it and look at their own content and possibly change things about their own content if they feel inspired to after watching the video. So that's where I think I thrive the best. I think that's why my character design videos have spoken to so many people, both VTubers and VTuber fans alike. So instead of making another video on VTuber lore alone, it'll still cover something about VTuber lore, but that's not going to be the main focus anymore. I want to make a video now on VTuber concept. And what I mean by VTuber concept is the actual idea of what your VTuber character is. It's not the design and it's not the lore. It's what comes before the design or the lore. It's the simple idea of what your character is. Like, the concept of my VTuber is that I'm a Honduran white bat, and specifically one that likes to dress like a classical musician. So, you know, so I'd like to, like, break down the step that happens before character design and VTuber lore. And as I looked more into it and I thought more about it, I realized just how important this step is to get exactly right. Let's see. I'm drawing today because I can. Oh yeah, let's go squishy. I need to draw more actually, but you know, as a designer, I like exposing people to understanding what goes into making these characters. Okay, Ko, thank you for stopping by. But back to Reikonon's comment is, yeah, as a aspiring character designer, I wouldn't say I'm a character designer yet, but as an aspiring character designer, this is something I think I need to actually learn more about and spend more time on. Is the actual concept behind designs. But it's hard because, you know, the term concept art exists. So I feel like it's gonna get really confusing. I'm wondering if there's something I can, if there's another label I can make other than just character concept, because character concept sounds like it's a piece of art, and it's not. Hope it's okay to ask, but would this live stream concept be condensed into a video, if that makes sense? Yes, this is me kind of actually brainstorming for a video and kind of, you know, just chatting about it to get some ideas for the script, because I'm gonna see if this is a good way for me to go. Yeah. Because if I can make these design philosophy, that's very close. That's very close. Yeah. Because design philosophy is just about, like, the visuals, and I'm also talking about the lore. It's everything that comes before the VTuber is made. And it even ties into their personality a little bit. Let's see. Makes sense. I think some struggle with finding the model they like because they sped through the concept phase. Agreed. I did the same exact thing. My first concept did not suit me at all. I actually had to rebrand because of it, and I feel like that's a lot of VTubers. Alright, I have to skip this ad. I can't believe we're dealing with ads today. I have a BGM, but I'm tired of it. If the ads get too invasive, I'll just switch to my old BGM. No, I think concept does cover it. It's abstract enough. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid, like, getting people confused with, like, the character concept art. Let's see. Yeah, I treat concept as a stage of design before the actual drawing of the character. Yeah. What about how Niji and Hollow have different ways to show their VTuber concepts are made? What about how Niji and Hollow have different ways of how their VTuber concepts are made? The problem with that is I wish I could know more behind the scenes with Hollow and Niji, and I have no clue. So sometimes I feel like, oh, there's clear evidence that they design the characters before they cast the voice actors for the characters, right? But then there's other times where I'm like, there's no way they didn't design the character for the actor or actress that they hired. So I have no clue what the behind the scenes are with character concept for Niji and Hollow. I have no way of knowing, man, I really wish that was, like, just a video that, you know, Yago or maybe Achan made themselves of, like, letting us know how it works, because that would be so cool to the VTuber nerds like me. Concepting or ideation, yeah. Maybe that, yeah. I've been told that limiting your color palette to 3 maximum colors is most often the best choice. That's talking about visual design still. And what I'm trying to get here is more of a what concept is so hard to explain. This is going to be a beast of a script for me to make, but what character are you and what core concept might be a good one. Vanander, nice to see you. Vanander in chat here is also a VTuber video essayist, so definitely open their channel in a new tab and watch it if you haven't. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. If you could include something about how to decide to make your VTuber closer to your IRL self or not, that'd be very helpful, as it's something I'm sure a lot of others struggle with. You know what, Capri-san? I'm actually going to copy-paste this message into my script, because I believe that's a good message to cover. For me, if you make your concept closer to yourself in real life, you won't have to play as much of a character. Vice versa, if you make a more fantastical character that's parallels yourself in real life less, then you're going to play more of a character. So voice actors and people who like to play a character can choose a concept that's more far away from themselves and feel like, oh yeah, this is an escape from my real life. I get to act like this character and have fun with it. Whereas if you just want an avatar to represent yourself, having a concept that's closer to who you are will mean you burn out less. Alright, let me try and catch up with chat. Might be case by case. Maybe they had extra models that were declined by others, but they still wanted to use. Yeah, I would really love to know how Nijian Hollow works behind the scenes. Would a concept maybe be like a thesis statement for the character? Yes, MS Paint Mouse. I like that idea. You know what, let me, something like that. It's like a short and sweet sentence that's like one sentence explaining the character. Like, Hoshimachi Suisei would be a star idol. Inugami Korone would be a baker dog. Maybe add one more adjective in there to describe their personality, like a playful. Alright, let's see. I think they make the character, then cast for the role, then debut. Yeah, that's what I think, but then there's sometimes there where I'm like, there's no way. That one with the ponytail says, hello, recently discovered your channel and you have made some good stuff. Trying to figure out VTuber design myself, and your videos have helped a ton with understanding everything that goes into VTubing. I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you so much for the nice compliment. I wish they'd release some overall process document from start to finish. I'd read it so many times over. Agreed. Honestly, I don't know why they're so secretive. Well, okay, I guess I know why they're so secretive on some things, but I don't understand why they're so secretive on other things. Like, their process, knowing their process from start to finish of conceptualizing and casting for a character would really help us know whether we want to join that agency or not, or if it's best for us, you know? And it would help us appreciate the work of the artists more. Let's see. Hello, Elizar Sheehan. Thanks for joining. Murat Vast Error says, what are some of your favorite VTuber concepts personally? I love the VTuber concepts that either the person can fit so naturally into themselves, or they are willing to play a super convincing character. Personally, I mean, I'm also biased because I love her design, but I think characters like Kureji Ollie, from Hololive Indonesia, she fits her character concept super well. And then the design on top of that is perfect for her personality. All of them fit together super nicely. You need to have, for a character concept to be very successful, you need to have the right personality that works with it and the right design. And then if you want to go further, you could also build lore off of that character concept. But in the long run, what really needs to come first is a solid character concept before anything else happens. Oh, so the concept and the design are separate. This is a learning experience. I don't know exactly what to call it, but I am calling it the character concept for now, but it is not the character concept art. Because the character concept art is part of the design of the character. But if we can come up with a different name for the beginning stages of a VTuber character that is really just describing what they are, I will use that instead. Because character concept, VTuber concept is really confusing. Let's see, would VTuber identity be close enough to be? Yeah, VTuber identity, maybe. I'm writing that one down. Okay, sounds like overall conceptualization, something like that. I don't know what term I'm gonna go with. Concept leads into design, sort of like a step 1 to the list of a finished VTuber. Yes! Step 1, yeah. There we go. Initial character concept. Yeah, character concept is good, but I am just worried. This anime dog has anxiety. Perfect character concept. I'd love more interviews with cover employed. It's so interesting for me. Me too. I would love to know more about the behind the scenes. And I think it would allow us to understand more and better respect the talents more. Hi Doomfroom. Hello Yam. I found you through your Iris redesign video and ended up binging your entire channel. Thank you so much for sharing your insight on VTubing. Oh, you're welcome, Leo. Yeah. Najimi says, I think the color and contrasts are one of the most important things for creating a character. I have bad English. That's okay. Yes, I agree, Najimi. And that goes for character design across the board, no matter what you're working for, yeah. Venander says, elevator pitch might be a good one. It's not as catchy. Elevator pitch. I like that. I'm writing it down. Elevator. It might be something I use to help describe what I'm trying to get at. I feel like the first part of the video is just gonna have to be what the heck I mean, and then the rest will be talking about why it's important and how to do it. So what's the difference between design and identity? So right now, so design is the visual part of a VTuber. So let's break down Iron Mouse for a second, right? Iron Mouse's identity, we'll just go with identity right now, is, I believe she's like a demon queen, right? She's a demon queen of the underworld, right? Who turned to idol. That's like her character concept, right? And then when you actually go to the design portion, the next step, you have to tell the designer she's she's a you know, demon queen of the underworld with you know, a friend named Booby. I think he's her familiar. I'm so sorry, I don't know Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse was a bad example because I don't know Iron Mouse well enough, but yeah, character pitch. Character pitch is another one. Yeah, you have to pitch your character to the character designer and the VTuber lore maker, and your character pitch has to match the personality of the VTuber actress or actor behind the character. Okay, back to chat, I'm sorry. This is why I need more practice with just chatting streams, because I'm not very organized. And I don't know how to answer chat yet. Okay, I would love to see what a VTuber has to do on their end and what they're divided of the work they do for industry VTubers. Agreed. Hey, I'm sorry, I probably forgot, but what's the name of the little blob on your head? His name is Buttons, and he's a bat. And that will be more clear in my 2.0, I'm sorry. Snowy Bear VTuber, if it helps, I think concept is a really good word for it. I knew what you meant before clicking on the stream. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Are you going to be covering character concepts in regards to how company VTubers, Hollow and Niji specifically, kind of follow cohesive group themes and how their concepts fit together? I can talk about group concepts, but only briefly, because I already just did a really big video on agency lore, and I covered how agency VTubers lore fits together and their designs fit together, so I don't want to retread that ground too hard in my next video. Nay, Maya Play, hi, I just joined the stream for the first time. Who are you currently talking about? We're just talking in general. I'm talking about my next video idea, and I'm trying to refine it a little bit. It is going to be made off of some bits from a script that I recently just scrapped, so this video might be late again, but I don't want to make the same mistake as I did last month, so we're going to be careful when deciding what to make this video on. So yeah, let's see. Iron Mouse kind of designed the look first and the lore later. Yeah, maybe Iron Mouse wasn't the best example for that, but yeah. He's her butler, I believe, some kind of underling. Yeah, boobies something. Iron Mouse equals cotton candy Satan. Got it. Glad you mentioned Iron Mouse. She has a lot of design, but they are each recognizable as Iron Mouse. Agreed. It's because she's got, like, I don't know, cheeky pink and purple demon transcends art styles, I guess. But yeah, I think Iron Mouse just went with avatars she thought looked cool. Got it. Okay. I'm caught up. But yeah. So, I had notes. So what I want to cover is how concept is different than design and lore. So like we said, it's kind of like the step before you have any design or lore. And the nice thing about concept is every single one of you can come up with a VTuber concept, a good VTuber concept, for completely free with no art or writing skills required. So that's a good sign. And I hope that I can make a helpful video on coming up with a VTuber concept. But I don't want this to just be a tutorial. I also want to highlight some VTubers who have particularly strong concepts that kind of transcend their design and their lore that just make them so iconic. So, yeah. Let's see. I remember Betel once saying he was cast first, then after he'd been there a while, they decided he was going to be a jester and thought it fit. Interesting. I think Betel was cast after they just had continually open auditions in Hololive. They actually changed how they audition talents recently. I'd say like 6 months ago, maybe longer. But yeah, they changed how they cast their talents. They just have auditions open all the time. Buttons, I love him in your design. Yay, thank you. To me, I think all of her models look like Iron Mouse, but like the witch one, I thought looked almost nothing like her. It's the proportions of that like dark sorceress one. It's the proportions that make it look like a different person. Combined with a very different, I shouldn't say different, a very unique art style. I love the art style, I absolutely do, but yeah, that one looks quite different than regular Iron Mouse. I got some peppermint tea here because I knew I was going to talk my head off, so I got something for my throat ahead of time. Anyways, so I also want to talk about the benefits of having a unique concept, but I also don't want to be too harsh about that, because sometimes people just really want to be some specific concept, and I don't want to make them feel bad that the concept that really speaks to them isn't necessarily a unique concept. And, you know, you don't always have to have a unique concept to have a successful VTuber character either. Like, not to call anyone out specifically, okay? But there are a lot of feline and fox VTubers. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people can actually relate to those animals, which is why there's a lot of feline and fox VTubers. But I want to teach people how to strengthen those concepts before the design even comes in by adding elements to fox. Maybe become a more specific species. Or adding a second element to it. You know, like adding a second aesthetic or adding a profession. I'm not trying to call anyone out, I'm so sorry! Let's see, yeah, I love that art style, it's so pretty. Yeah, Bettle and Flay were supposed to debut with the HQ boys, but they got delayed for some reason. Interesting. That makes sense, because Tempest feels kind of disjointed with the two-wave system. I don't know what they're gonna do, or if that was successful for them. It's interesting. A few agency VTubers have offhandedly mentioned they got cast and don't have much of an input with the models they end up with. Yes, I remember that. Self-care is important. Agreed. Are there any concepts out there that you'd be interested in seeing but haven't gotten to yet? There's not enough insect VTubers. There's not enough, like, actually monstrous looking. Not like hot monster, but just monster. Like actual horror design. Like, we're talking about like Junji Ito designs. There's not enough of those because, you know, people want a perceptively attractive character, which there's no problem with, but I mean, it's an untapped market. If you don't feel bad about being you know, an abomination. So yeah, those are the two things that I'd say aren't tapped enough. Oh heavens, no, there's nothing new under the sun. What matters is how you execute it. Agreed. But you can still niche your concept more to make it stand out just a bit more. In fact, I'm going to write down the words niche down your concept on my Google Doc here. Less unique concept can still be taken unique places. Yes. Agreed. And I don't want to discourage anyone from being a cat because they really relate to a cat. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be a cat. It just means you have to attack it from a more unique angle and make it more you. Lord knows there's a lot of cat and fox furries out there too. They're a popular animal for a reason. Agreed. Like Silver Fox Detective. One example is how Gura and Artemis are both cheeky Mimi sharks, but personality and designs aren't similar at all. Yes, Fernando, thank you. Wow. Good insight, yeah. Concept. Fox VTuber who is a thief but went into retirement after being compared to Swiper. I'm pretty sure that's just Mr. Rias. I'm kidding. He was the detective, not the thief. I know VTuber lore. I love insect VTubers. I'm so confused on how to incorporate bug into my design, but I want it so bad. If you have a concept, a VTuber design you'd like to share with me, you can join the Discord. I don't have the Discord linked anywhere. Oops. I didn't link the Discord this time. Hold on. Ah! Oh, man. We're gonna unpin this. You guys know you can ask me anything. This is the Discord. There you go. If you want to join the Discord, you may. I totally forgot. Wait. Did it work? Is it pinned? I can't tell. Anyways, there you go. If you have a design you'd like to share with me and my community, you can, and you know, also concepts, because we're gonna. I'm gonna get better at concepts. I'm gonna do the research into this. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I've missed where I was in chat. I'm so sorry. Let me. Concept. Okay. Juniper. Yeah, Juniper's great. Roly-poly VTuber, let's go. Oh, yeah, that would be cute. We want the monsters. Give us the fear. Agreed. I want to be a VTuber and character's a caterpillar randomly sharing. No, that's so cute. It would be really cool if you also got a alternate outfit that's like a butterfly. That would be really cute. Yokai VTuber ideas. Yokais, there's a very vast amount of yokais. I agree, that would be fun. Yep, Juniper is the only one I know with an actual monster model. Agreed. Not enough monster models in this world. Depends if you want to be cute, gross, horrific, funny. Yeah. And Boogie Box is graduating. No. Yeah, I heard about that. I really hope we see them reincarnate. The horror VTubers have a lot of cool and weird creature designs. Agreed. I love horror designs. I really want to learn monster design myself. That would be really cool. Do you have trips? Do you have tips on choosing a name? Yes. Okay, here we go. First of all, here we go. I'm gonna tell you how to choose a VTuber name, and feel free to mark this timestamp because maybe I'll make this a clip on my channel. How you choose a VTuber name is first, don't choose something that's too hard for people from other countries to pronounce. Okay. My first VTuber name was Lorelei Alto. Okay, spelled Loreliaialto. No one knew how to say Lorelei. I love like German fairy tale names, so I thought it was gonna be fine. No. No. No one could pronounce it. My poor Japanese friends trying to pronounce Lorelei. Oh my gosh, I might as well ask them to say librarian. So that was my first mistake. Second mistake, was not checking just how common the name already was. So that's the first two things to keep in mind. Keep in mind an international audience. Then also keep in mind a handle. You want to be able to make your username, your name straight with no extra anything. Most of us in the VTuber community are weeaboos. So it's safe to choose a Japanese last name. And, you know, I know that's controversial. Not everyone likes English VTubers choosing a Japanese-inspired name, but I think it's kind of a VTuber tradition. So it solidifies you as, like, a VTuber brand. But if you don't want to choose, like, a Japanese-sounding last name, you could also go with, you know, something that just sounds fantastical. Don't go with something that's too similar to, like, a regular person's name. I think, you know, lover or hater, I think a good example of a good completely English name is Pipkin Pippa. She's got the alliteration. It can be said easy from pretty much every language can say Pipkin Pippa pretty easily. And it's unique enough. Would Kuroji Tora be a good VTuber name? Awesome VTuber name. Agreed. And, you know, the other thing you want to remember when making a VTuber name is to have it tell the audience a little bit about who you are. So, yeah. Oh, Latin is another good way. Yeah, Hakos Bales went Greek, I believe. Drix Demonium. I went Latin. That's kind of my go-to naming for things. Yeah. So yeah, that's my few tricks. Amelia Watson is the only regular Western VTuber name I can think of. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I learned about VTuber names. My name, if you don't know, the reason I picked Yem is because I didn't see any other VTubers with the name Yem. It's the color of my hair accents and ears. And then it's also easily translated into a few languages. Komori is my last name, and Komori just means bat in Japanese. And I mean, I think it's cute. So, yeah. Calliope Mori versus Calliope Mori. Yeah. What about letters for an English name that aren't in the Japanese script? Notice that several English sounds are missing from the Japanese language entirely. Yeah. Am I the only one hearing birds or peepers in the background? Not mad at all, just curious. No, I have birds. You're not wrong. Alright, let me catch up on this chat. Sorry. Sweet of Discord, it's pinned. VTuber who is a centipede. Bug designs. Yeah, honestly, think it's super hard for people to create an original design to go with their concept. Yeah, it is hard. But I already made a video on that. A good VTuber concept should be able to be explained in only one sentence. Agreed. Agreed. Beyond a sentence is lore. Agreed. Y'all are so smart. Let's see. My current concept for myself is a parasite who got stuck in someone else's body and can't turn back, so they became a VTuber. That's fun! Yeah. Okay, as much as I love the idea of more bug VTubers, I do think there'd be an issue because people have insect phobias. You might have to set a warning before shifting into Monster World. Yes and no. I do feel like this is the internet and you'll be exposed to worse things than monster bug designs. And your regulars will definitely know you. Maybe on clips you could just make a warning, but I don't think you need a warning on every stream if you have a monster mode. You know? But yeah, that's a thoughtful idea. I also think people should take advantage of different cultures than just Japanese myths. I see a lot of yokai and oni and whatever VTubers. Agreed. Your name is literally food. Yep. I didn't actually name myself after the food on purpose. I more named myself after the color, but yeah, the color is based off of a food, so yeah. Doombroom. Yeah, Caterpillar. PTSD from not knowing how to pronounce Lorelei from Pokemon, yeah. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Alright. If I haven't already committed to my current VTuber, I have so many concepts I've loved to explore. There are adoptables that you can make. Xylit Goofy is someone who learned Japanese first. I always tackle new words and names from that starting point. Yeah. Might have to invest in being a VTuber mama. Yeah, go for it! Go for it! But yeah, everything, the concept to the naming conventions to the... Yeah, warning on clips is a good idea. Agreed. 'Cause, I mean, if you have, like, horror VTuber in your description, then I'm sure people will be prepared, but maybe for like shorts and clips, you containing your monster form might be a good idea to warn people. Yeah. Biodet Woodufi. Yeah. I've been wondering if someone should rebrand their entire channel / change the name, even if they've gone by that username since the beginning of time before becoming a VTuber. Okay, so here's my take on that. I was a VTuber under the username Lorelei Alto for... I don't even remember, guys. It was like a year and a half to 2 years. I don't remember. My whole VTuber timeline is super fuzzy in my head now. I just know I started the second half of 2020. So yeah, anyways. People learned me under that username. And I had friends who knew me under that username. When I decided to change to Yam Komori, I did lose friends. People didn't recognize my handles and unsubscribed and unfollowed. That's kind of just the reality. However, if I didn't rebrand completely, I just would have confused my new audience more. So I'd really say it depends. Because you are going to lose some people on a rebrand, a complete rebrand. However, that's just kind of in preparation for building a better foundation. You have to clear the old foundation away. That is my own experience. It's only anecdotal, so I can't tell you what to do other than my own experience. Fernando has a good point, though. Could be wise to start a new channel unless you want to keep your fan base. Yeah, but I did not start a new channel. I kept the old channel. If you scroll long enough, you can tell that I had an old character with an old name. Yeah. You got here so late. Don't worry. We're gonna go for a while more. So true. Yeah, it's hard to pronounce. What's your opinion on hidden meanings versus blunt messaging? For example, picking names that have specific meanings versus a name plus VTuber type. It really depends on what content. I can only say it depends because, for me, I like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get flack for this, huh? I like the old convention, established by Hololive. I like Hololive naming schemes a lot. I mean, I think it's kind of clear. So usually they have like a Japanese name that has the meaning of your character, and then a English name like Takanashi Kiara. I don't remember what Takanashi means, but I've seen the kanji and it looks like stuff to do with a phoenix, okay? And then Kiara is just a English name. So yeah, sorry, but they are not friends if you only change your VTuber name. It's not that okay, I feel like with the VTuber community, sometimes when you have like 1,000 people you're keeping up with, it's hard to know what you could have like missed someone's rebrand, and then you'll be like, oh, I don't know why I'm following this person. Unfollow. You know? I'm not saying that I lost friends. I am saying I lost dear acquaintances. If that makes sense. Let's see. In your opinion, would it be better to have a first and last name, channel name, or something like Iron Mouse? I think both are very, very valid. It depends, like, if you're looking to look more like a regular person with a regular name but in the virtual space, or if you're looking to be more like perceived as more of a gamer slash streamer. Because Iron Mouse is a very gamer tag-like name, if that makes sense. It could also, it depends on it, because honestly, the only one I know on how to shorten is Iron Mouse. We don't say iron, we say mousy, right? But it could be difficult depending on the gamer tag to know what to shorten it to. Like, BS Apricot became fruit, and unless you're a regular comer to her channel, you might not know that, you know? So as long as you're willing to explain what your nickname is over and over, I think, you know, you're good. Cries using random word generated for usernames. Did you come up with the design or lore for your VTuber model first? I came up with the design. I don't have lore yet. I don't have lore yet. My concept, however, I chose Hunter and Whitebat because I felt like it matches my personality. I am generally someone who loves to be cuddly. I like a lot of... I don't like being alone, just like Hunter and Whitebats. I have a sweet tooth just like Hunter and Whitebats. I'm always tired. Which, you know... bats are known to be kind of sleepy, so yeah, that's... And I felt like the color scheme matched my optimism, so yeah, that's why I chose what I chose for my concept. Takanashi means there are no hawks, but if I remember correctly, it's spelled using the kanji for little birds that play. Cute! Maybe some people just feel betrayed, a bit like Kizuna. I voice change, but it's not to the same extent. I firmly believe that if you rebrand, you are going to lose some people in that rebrand. Some people just can't get behind a new model, or a new name, or a new character. It's just how it is. It's sad, but it's true, and, you know, I don't hold it against anyone if they can't get behind a rebrand, you know? I still think gamer tag names are very recognizable, though, like Buff Pup, Chibidoki, Rose Doodle, Zentrea, etc., etc. Yes, they are very recognizable. Oh yeah, hi everyone. Hi! Same here, felt the lore came after, yeah. I also used a random name generator, but Vanander is a good name, so yeah. I really love Polka's model design. There's a lot of detail and it's super cute. Agreed. Making a VTuber design for yourself is sort of like making a fursona. You are not wrong. Western VTubers get away with names like that because we see them more as YouTubers. Japanese VTubers have to be idols. That's interesting, yeah. I can see that. I didn't pick the Japanese traditional scheme. Oh, bye Najimi. I didn't pick the Japanese naming convention because I wanted to be Japanese or I wanted to be a VTuber idol. Honestly, I just like the sound of it. There's no deeper meaning. I just like the sound of Hololive-like names. But you know, username names are also probably more familiar to a non-VTuber fan audience. So, yeah. But yeah, I agree, Fernando, sorry. Gotta go, bye Casual Vandal. Think with rebrands you might lose, but gain some too. Agreed. I lost maybe like 500 Twitter followers, but I gained a lot more YouTube subscribers, so there you go. What's your opinion on subversive VTubers? Ones that look one way but are the opposite. Looks friendly but actually terrifying. Loves it. Love it. Take some planning. Take some planning, but you can do it. I absolutely love, I feel like that was done a lot in early Hololive with Hachima, Korone, and Suisei. And honestly, Picora after a couple months after debut. Salome is another one that's subversive. But that's because all of these JP VTubers that I'm talking about are dedicated to playing characters. So, yeah. But I also love tiny characters with low voices and big characters with high voices. That's another way to subvert things. Subvert people's expectations with your voice. But I know, you know, that can be controversial, so I'll move on. For me, I wanted to name to be easily Googleable and easy to remember. Yep. That's good. I like Poneko. That's cute. Ignore my name on YouTube. My username is Slugsick, but I like to shorten it to Slugger. Oh, that's cute. Absolutely no idea how I came up with Slugger, but I thought it sounded cute to use slug as a verb. I agree. I also like Slugster. But that's harder to say. To slug is to punch. Isn't slugger a baseball term? It is, yes. Personally, I think it's easier for me to come up with a concept and lore because I don't know how to draw. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and mine is writing, but I can draw. Your nose is so precious, thank you! It's getting bigger in the 2.0. How do you stop yourself from becoming overly ambitious with a concept or idea when you're just starting out? Or is there such thing as overly ambitious when you're trying to be a VTuber? There is, Higgin. So let me break this down really quick. What you need to do is you need to start streaming as soon as possible, because you will understand how your ideals will work a lot better once you're actually streaming or making video content or whatever you want to do as a VTuber. So what you need to do is you need to make a PNG or a 3D model and just start as a VTuber. And then you'll realize some of the things you plan to do when starting out as a VTuber aren't gonna work. And you'll get other ideas as you go that will work. So the best way to know what works as a VTuber is to gain experience. That's really what it is, you know. I wanted to make my name sorry. I wanted my name to make people as calm as possible just by saying it. Sweepy Malo. Oh, that's cute. Sweepy no swiper. Simple names are good even for other languages. I'm a native speaker to Russian. We call La plus Lapa, which is pa. Cute. Yeah. I think it would be cute if my character had the nickname Trixie, but I can't take that away from Trixie Mattel. Yeah. I think you could pull it off. Trixie hasn't been very relevant, I'm pretty sure, for a while. I thought my username was easy, but it turns out I get people mispronouncing it like half the time. Disodosid? Odosid? Yeah. It's not too hard. The capitalization separating the syllables helps. Willow Spur, I agree, streaming is very different than what I expected. Yes. I'll have to go. YouTube keeps buffering for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Willow Spur I think that gaining that experience helps build your identity. Agreed. I thought when I started streaming that I would be this bubbly and very energetic streamer. Because that's what I saw was successful in the clips, but it turns out that's not what I'm good at. I'm not as bombastic as I'd like to be, so I needed to be honest with myself and make a concept that fit who I actually am a lot better. And that's when I started feeling a lot more comfortable on stream. But yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. When a VTuber has a disconnect from the concepts that they were given or that they created. So, like, I'll use myself as an example, but I'm sure you guys can find other examples. My first VTuber concept was an adventurer nymph, and I did not connect with the character for a few reasons. First of all, I am not very adventurous. I'm actually very much a homebody. I like to sit holed up and get cozy, and I don't like to leave the house. So, being an adventurer and talking about, like, adventures, I can't do that. I'd way rather be a bat species that rarely leaves the same spot. That fits me more. Second of all, you know, her facial expressions were very energetic and exaggerated, and that's not who I am. And when I felt that character disconnect with my first character, Lorelei, the first thing I assumed about my character was, oh, the design is off. You know what? I'm actually gonna find, like, examples. Let me find my old VTuber folder for you guys. Hold on. It's buried somewhere. Let me see. Hello, got there. How's it going? Yeah, good. We're just talking about character concepts for VTubers. For me, my name is to do with the things I enjoy. Oh, yeah, Tanuki. Cute. Yeah, that's a cute name. Taco because Ina's my Oshi. I definitely think your current design suits your voice and personality really well. Thank you. Hello. Hello, David. Hi, Celio Jose. What's up? Let me find... Okay, here we go. Alright. This isn't all of them. But anyways. Why is it so big? Let me just size this down really quick. Holy heck, it's huge. Please be I grabbed chat. This was a bad idea. I just wanted to show you guys stuff. It's never gonna get small enough, please. I don't know if there's an easier way to resize things, but yeah. So here was my first VTuber concept. Your eyes, I'm so sorry. So yeah, you know, this isn't the finished model. The model is even bigger, so this is what we get for now. So this was the first model, and I didn't connect with the character anymore. You guys. Anyways, I didn't connect with the character anymore, and I assumed it was a design problem. I assumed the design just isn't good enough. So you know what I did? Oh my gosh, is everything gonna be this big? Really? Everything's just gonna be this big, and I just have to resize it every single time. This is going great. Yeah, this is the one from the video. Yes, this was my first VTuber concept. And I made it a model, and I just assumed the problem isn't, or the problem must be the design, not the fact that I don't fit the character. So I continued to make more designs. This was my first attempt at a redesign. And then I did a couple more redesigns. Please be smaller. Nope, it's not smaller. You guys like my scuff stream? You guys like my... Okay, so that was redesign attempt number 1. This is redesign attempt number 2. And I still really like this design. I still really like it. But you know what? It doesn't suit me. And then I went for another redesign attempt. And I worked with this one for a very long time. I was like, you know what? Maybe the problem is, you know, I just need to push it further. So I pushed it further. None of these designs are things I liked. And I couldn't place why. And I think I finally know why. I think what it is actually is that the concept just doesn't suit me. It's a good character design, but it's not suitable for me. If that makes sense. I'm just playing at this point, sorry. These character designs are beautiful. But they don't suit me. And the character design is for me. So what I needed to do was I needed to stop trying to make the design work for me, and what I needed to start doing is I needed to make a concept that suited me. So even though these are all good designs, I still think they're good designs. I would love, I mean, I'd love to see these designs on literally anyone else. But it's not gonna happen, you know? I recognize that shawl in the second Lorelei design for the one of the Yam concept arts. Yeah. What a great batch of designs. But it's not a bat. I love the dress with the split. Yeah, the minty color palette is so cute though. I love the idea for more green VTubers. That's the thing. I really wish, if I could change anything about Yam, I wish I could have the forest green hair back, but Hunter and White Bats don't have forest green hair. What about the one with long braids doesn't fit you? Alright, let's talk about this one. I don't know, I just don't connect with it. I don't see it as myself. Yeah. I don't know. I think she's like supposed to be like a more soft-spoken, like wise gardener type. I don't know what doesn't speak to me about it. It just doesn't. It's just a feeling. It's a feeling that I need to figure out how to write about in my script. And I'm sorry for all the jump scares with the art, but I needed to get them on screen to prove a point, because I think these are all good. Well, the one thing that jumps to mind is the muddy feet if you're such a homebody. True. Yeah. I'm actually someone who likes to stay cozy. If you ever start your own VTuber circle / dojin agency, maybe you can cast someone as Lorelei's daughter and use one of those designs. Someone wanted to play her. She's giving me Mew Mew lettuce vibes. Let's go! I said that in my character design video. She looks sassy. Yeah, I just don't feel like... Something about her just doesn't feel like me, even though there's... I love the designs. I mean, they're designs for me, but they don't feel like designs I can properly represent as myself. Is it because she's more fancy / regalish, whereas your current concept is more cozy and at home? Well, if we go off of my... Where did I put it? Oh gosh. Oh, this one doesn't have the background cred. Ah! Wow, we're just looking at my designs now. This is a cursed stream. Let me... I should have just gone to a different window. Dang it, this isn't gonna work. Hold on. Let me find the one with the background. I'm gonna go to my own Twitter to find my design. I'm so disorganized. Here we go. I'm doing so well. I'm such a good streamer. No, it's huge again. Hold on. Someone teach me how to do better than this next time. How to get the image that's not absolutely huge. No curse 10 out of 10 stream. I absolutely love the Liam 2.0. Yep, because my point is, I feel like this and this are comparable. I feel like they actually share a lot of the same motifs. I feel like I don't know why one. I need to figure out why, but one feels like it is me, and one feels like it isn't me. I don't connect with this design like I do with Yem 2.0. I need to figure out why so I can make a video on it. I'm running out of space to put these. BRB about to make my VTuber's tail a giant mace with a smiley face on it. Beautiful. Absolutely love the Yem 2.0 design. Thank you. Oh, that outfit is so cute. Thank you. Yeah, there's a video going over the full design on my my channel if you want to see an in-depth breakdown. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. This is what I need to figure out before my next video. Why one works for me and why the other one doesn't. I feel like if I figure out that, I can write the video script, but I need to figure out why. And to ask, and then I need to find a practical way to explain to others how to figure out what works for them. I remember you saying you see yourself as a tomboy. Maybe the long slit dress feels a touch too feminine for you. The weird thing is that dress that Lorelai's wearing, the slit is higher up than the dress I have in real life, but I have a long black dress like that with a split, help me, for playing viola with that same cut, in real life. But that's for orchestra, and I guess, you know, if I were to actually dress how I wanted to for orchestra, and not just you know, to conform with the group, I'd probably, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Yum 2.0 works better because you relate to it more. Yeah, maybe something like that. I do like to keep my hair short in real life. That's another thing. And I don't know. I guess Yum 2.0 looks more playful and less serious. I guess that's the other thing about Lorelai. She's more serious. I mean, just going off the obvious, the cut dress black and minty green, while the cute outfit is mostly gold and white. Those palettes are nearly opposites. True. You know what? I guess I don't relate to. I'm breaking my bat brain tonight. I guess I view Lorelai as someone who's like super graceful. Yeah, the energy, I believe. I feel like Lorelai looks like someone who's really good at what she does. She looks like she can be put on a pedestal. And Yum is more playful, and she looks like she messes things up sometimes. I guess that's the reads I get on the characters. Let's see. I need to get chat where I can see them again. Okay. Is it... Let's see. This is something I'm struggling with. I have my character designed for nearly 10 years now, and I am trying to redesign her, but I just can't figure out what I want. Yeah, it's really hard. Honestly, I might just say this in the video. It's really hard to be able to be self-analytical enough and self-aware enough to know what design is going to work for you the first time. So it's not a bad thing if you have to redesign. Do you enjoy streaming or making pre-recorded content more? Pre-recorded content. But streaming is a nice change of pace. Yeah. I actually burnt out of streaming last year, which is why I started making pre-recorded content. And now I'm just slowly, keyword slowly, getting back into streaming. Hopefully I can learn how to balance both. Like, this stream is actually me technically working on a video right now. Like, you guys are helping me work on my video. Yeah. Finding ourselves is the great question we all have to answer in our lives. For VTubers, they have to answer that question on day one. Yeah. Oof. Does it have anything to do with how you think or others perceive you? Or matter of comfort? Something that feels comfortably to you? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, it could be that Lorelei looks like more Ara. I think Lorelei looks more mature than I actually want to be, but at the same time I want to be taken seriously as an intellectual, especially because I'm a video essayist. I've redesigned my VTuber so many times, working on one as we speak. Color palette is a struggle for me. Aw, thank you! I don't want to say I'm too uwu or Ara, especially with the next one. I feel like I did make my 2.0 a little more mature than my current iteration of Yam. But I didn't make her look too mature. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm dying, guys. I don't understand what I don't understand what I don't understand. Does that make sense? But anyways, that was kind of my journey of finding an avatar that works for me. I feel like Yam has more librarian vibes, and Lorelei looks like an outdoorsy type, which you don't strike me as. Yeah, I think it might honestly be the outdoorsy, graceful fairy nymph character. I don't relate. Also, the other thing I did not know, nymphs are usually... Oh man, I don't really want to say that on... Yeah, they're usually portrayed a certain way in media that's kind of spicy. That's all I'll say. This is a monetized stream, I'm not gonna say the words. Lorelei might not be the kind of person you feel... Oh, hold on, let me go back. Could also be that the design can inadvertently pigeonhole you and make you feel like you need to act a certain way in order to reinforce the design itself. You know what? I'm taking notes on that right now. Because that's kind of where I felt. I felt really stuck with Lorelei. No matter what kind of direction I went with the design, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Yeah, you managed a good in-between. Defo not RR, but not uwu either. Lorelei might be the kind of person you feel you have been in front of an audience, orchestra, or streaming, but turns out a musical performance and a stream required very different personas. Agreed. Yeah, I don't think you would hug a tree impromptu. The other thing is I also grew a lot as a person. When I started as Lorelei, I barely knew how to use a computer because I had just built one myself and I had never owned one myself. And I was also a lot more into being green and saving the planet. And though that's like a good... I gave it a good effort. I ended up kind of burning out of being so eco-conscious all the time. Oh, I hope that doesn't cancel me. I'm not gonna get into politics, but yeah, I just got tired of worrying about the planet all the time. So that's another thing, is I changed as a person. I'm gonna write that down. I as a person. Greed, thank you so much for the blue super chat. Thank you so much. Yam hates Earth confirmed. No, that's not. That's like the Twitter post that says, "Oh, I like pancakes, and then the other person says, so you hate waffles. It's not my whole personality anymore. I still try to be frugal and eco-conscious, but you know, it's not my whole personality anymore. So I speak from experience. My IRL model is an uwu type, so trying to be intimidating is nigh impossible. That makes sense, though, yeah. I mean, to be fair, IRL people struggle with design not matching attempted output. Anyways, let me think of other things that I need to talk about. So far this video is gonna be about explaining what VTuber concept is, talking about how it's like a character pitch, for like 1 sentence long, and it has to come before VTuber lore and VTuber design. And then we can go through some examples of good VTuber concepts that inspired good lore and design. And then we can talk about how one goes about finding a concept that fits them. And then I think that should be the end of the video. I think I think that's a good length. So let's talk about what is a VTuber concept, examples of good ones, and then guide on how to do it. There we go. So I have the outline of the video now. But I'm still struggling on the how-to part. And it might be something I discover off stream. But, I wonder if personality quizzes are a good idea. What do you guys think about personality quizzes? I wonder if someone takes a lot of personality quizzes, they can see patterns in what characters they tend to be relating to? Or it doesn't even have to be a personality quiz. You can just look at, like in media, what characters you relate to. I wonder about that. Made a quick note on that. Oh, we also have to talk about how much of a character do you want to play? Because I used to think I wanted to play a character. And it turned out I really didn't. Okay, let's see. I usually ask my friends what they think of me. Okay. They are fun, but you end up getting your own perception of yourself instead of what you're actually like. Personality quizzes are either too vague or too useful. Okay. Okay. I think people should try to combine their personal tastes with their personality as much as possible. Because you want to like how the character looks, but also be related to it. Yeah. Do you have a preferred place to receive fan art? I have a Discord with a fan art tag. I also have a Twitter and a Tumblr. Those are probably the best places. Thank you. Yeah. Combine preferred aesthetics. Problem is, how do people like for the how-to part, maybe think about random surface level likes and think about how those things can already relate to your personality and such. The thing is, I liked bats plenty. I did, but bat has never been my favorite animal, believe it or not. Well, Well, there are certain archetypes and stereotypes that tell a characteristic of a person before they even speak, so if you apply those to your character, they will give expectations to the viewers. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, the how-to part of this is so hard. Besides, I can tell people... I can tell people how to come up with a unique one. I have a hard time figuring out how to tell people how to come up with one that suits them. Oh, you know what I can add though? I can say experiment while you're small. While you're streaming to 0 people, I think it would be good to just experiment with characters, honestly. I feel like I'm at the peak my clothing design for VTuber could be right now, but I'm trying to incorporate more baked-in design aspects. Right now I've got antenna and tattoos, but that's it. One thing I did with my 2.0 was I added a beauty mark. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. There you go. Can you see the beauty mark? Yeah. Think about the content you want to make. Yes! Thank you. Yes, Coke's Technobite, that is a good point. I think I have that in my script somewhere, but my bat brain is not thinking about that right now. You know what? I can actually probably say goodbye to these designs right now. For now. For those who have anxiety with clutter, like me. Like, certain things fit better for a soft ASMR streamer than they might fit a chaotic VTuber. Yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I just don't know how to make sure people would connect with whatever they choose. I guess I can't. Maybe I can't. Maybe people just need to figure out for themselves. Because there's no way for me to explain why I connect to Yam but not to Lorelai. I mean, there's the superficial things like I'm not an adventurous person, but I wish I was. Yeah, some dive into characteristics to help explore what their character will do in the future. Example, Gur's Shark Facts. Explore facts about sharks and those guide Gur's lore. You can do the same. Yeah. That makes sense. Any thought on how old school Minecraft YouTubers and the identification of the person with the in-game skin were kind of precursors to VTuber design? Oof, you're gonna have to ask someone who was more into old school Minecraft YouTube, I'm sorry. You know, I was really into Minecraft as a kid, but I developed like this motion sickness with the game, even watching gameplay, so I very rarely play it. Is it okay if I copy paste a comment I made further up? You didn't see it? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, maybe the only thing I can really do, though, is guide people in the right direction. And just tell them to make sure you really connect with the character before you commit. But redesign might be inevitable if you change a lot over the course of the first year. If that makes sense. Like, if you grew a lot as a person. Yeah. It's hard. Making sure a concept of a character fits the complex realities of a human soul is hard. The blank face of a VTuber before they find themselves. Well, a lot of people have used anonymous avatars on the internet. The thing that separates VTubers is more motion tracking. Also, people can potentially outsource the design to someone else if they want. Yeah, but you cannot. I mean, you can outsource a concept, but the thing about a concept is anyone can do it. Anyone can make a good concept. The cool thing is you don't, if you're an indie VTuber, you don't have to outsource the concept. Getting an adoptable or telling the artist them elements that they want. I had a lot of friends that do that. Yeah, but if you... Yeah, that's true. Although it might cause rebranding later on, trying out free models might be something to try. Yes! You know what? I'm adding that too. I always like lore that comes about organically too. Wasn't Gargra's whole red counterpart based on a palette swap she used on stream and expanded upon in the Reflect, and later her anniversary anime? Yes. And I might talk a little bit more about lore. I don't know why it wants to show my comment. It might have a blocked word. I'm sorry. I have a tight mod. I have a tight auto mod. Let me... I don't know where to check blocked comments though. Honestly, sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I have any blocked viewer activity. Stream health. Nope, I have no clue where to look at it, sorry. I like what Iron Man said about having her tons of outfits just because she wants to have fun. I don't think we have to put chains on ourselves with the designs. At the same time, though, not... That is good advice if you're having fun. However, if you want to be discovered and have a consistent branding so that you are easier or you are more familiar to your audience, I'd say you should stick to one design for a little bit. Personally, didn't, because I think it's more fun to design it yourself. Yeah. VR chat is a great place to try different skins and get an idea of what kind of theme works for you. Oh yeah! That's a good... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I tried again with deleting some words. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with the auto mod, and I'm not sure how to fix it because I'm not the one who set it up. I personally think that the new ways Andrea has 3D setup is genius. It makes her feel more like a person than just an avatar on stream. The new ways Andrea has 3D setup. Are you talking about the new 3D tracking and camera that is not open to the public yet, Capri-sun? Because I saw that. I thought that was really cool. Sometimes I use Pick Crew paper dolls to play around with hairs and accessories. Really early drafts of a concept. Yes, I did that for Lorelei. Yeah, the camera's so cool. Agreed. Image boards are great too. Yeah, I'd say that this is all more... That is on the visual side though. Because, your character concept is going to also change how you will be acting on stream, what genres of VGMs you might use, how people perceive you. This is such a hard concept for me. Yeah, then you can narrow down the results that feel most like you. Yeah. I think the best concept would be to start off of a story you identify with. Like a story of a dog with a toy that loses its reflection in the water. Aww. It's not just VR chat, but anything that has highly customizable skins. If you play a lot of games with customization, you can compare and possibly notice themes. That's a good point, yeah. That might be a good thing to mention in the how-to. But I think my conclusion is going to be... It's ultimately up to you. If your personality doesn't match the design, just call it gap moe. Exactly. What are your thoughts on fan identity different than design identity? Example, Nene's bare elements and using her fan seal identity. It really depends on how the streamer feels about the fan's identity. I don't have a personal... Like, I replaced the unwanted word with toy. Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know why that was auto-modded. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on a fan identity different than Gotta think on that one for a second. I feel like if a streamer doesn't like the identity someone is, putting on them, they'll ignore it. Or they'll set a boundary like, hey, let's stop with the XYZ. Like Shoto had to eventually. But in general, I think it can be really fun if your audience contributes to your lore / identity. True. I think you might want to talk about self-fulfilling prophecies in terms of design. That your personality may change or become reinforced by the character design itself. Yeah. Or if there's a disconnect between the design and yourself, you'll feel that dissonance. Yeah. And it's really hard to explain, but, you know, towards the end of my lifespan with Lorelei, I just felt done with her. I felt tired of her, and I kept being like, well, it has to just be that my model isn't good enough, or the design isn't good enough, and that wasn't the case. It really was that I needed a rebrand. To feel like VTubing, which is, it's really interesting. Yeah. Jungian archetypes could be fun. It's really not a personality quiz. They are story characters, the lover, the jester, the artist. It's a study on symbolism and the human collective subconscious. I will look into that. Jungian archetypes. Thank you. Yeah. I really wonder how the VTubers who hypothetically and allegedly got into an agency and were given a character with very little say in how the character looks, right? And then they just, you know, are expected to stream as that character. If they don't identify with that character, I wonder how they deal with that. What do you guys think about that? Let's see, doing personality quizzes is really fun. Yeah, I think I'll just list a couple of methods, and kind of list their pros and cons. I think I am going to mention personality quizzes. But, you know, talk about the flaws of that too. I think my comment got auto-modded earlier for containing a term relating to Catholic Mass. I'm sorry. I might have to turn down auto-mod a little bit. I had it really high. If you guys watched my video entitled, Why You'll Never See Me in Hololive or Niji Sanji, you will know why my auto-mod is so high. But other than that, yeah. I mean, we all know for certain that happened with Niji EN's third wave. Didn't Niji show what models people were auditioning for? Yes. Agreed. I did audition for Niji Ian's third wave. I auditioned for the Eno Alouette space. And after seeing the completed model, it's beautiful, but I wouldn't have related to Enna's appearance myself. I think of VTubers who fit a mold are given them just like in theater or voice acting a part. Yeah. I think if you audition for an agency, you have to be ready to play a character. I'm gonna write that down. Because indies have the advantage of making a concept as close or as far. Oh, gotta pick up your bae from work, BRB. Okay, bye-bye. We have the privilege of finding our own personas as indies. I might even talk about how more VTuber agencies are working with the talents to design characters that suit them. Because I feel like that's the way to go if you want matching personalities. Enna's an interesting case because her lore is that she's cursed to be a songbird, so her cutesy motto combined with Enna's natural, I don't know, cursed personality is big brain. Yeah, she made it work. She made it work. And honestly, I think her being a good singer fits the model really well. Or the model the character concept. Alright, it's Bat Brain hours, guys. Oh man, where was I? I think they kind of make a character, make it their own character at the end of the day by balancing the original concept with their own identity to make a good balance. Yeah, you can see that with some of them. I think a good mindset for being given a character with little to no say is to treat it as acting. If you like acting, it's easy. Got it. Yeah. I don't like acting, so that explains why I burnt out on my first character. I'm sure you can reach out to popular indies if you wanted to know more about the indie design process. I have reached. Okay, I'm not gonna. No. Don't think too hard about this, but I have reached out to other VTubers that are bigger than me for help on design scripts, just asking them about their experiences, and usually I get ghosted or you know, so I don't think I can really rely on reaching out to popular indies, unfortunately. Hopefully I find more who are more willing to aid me in the future, but you know, they get a lot of messages every day, so I'm not too worried about it. Looking at other characters for vibe, shape definition, color themes, looked at League of Legends characters. League of Legends characters have great character designs, yeah. Enna really owns her less hinged identity. I don't really think the playing a character thing would apply to V Shoujo though. Oh gosh. Yes, there are some V Shoujo members who are very much themselves and others who are very much playing characters. But for the sake of Disney magic. I like to call it Disney magic. And I think they're just really good at acting. And I respect both approaches. Many of the first VTuber got characters they didn't choose, but they started to mold them into themselves as time goes. Look at something like Akai Hato. Greed. And subverse his character into turning... Yeah. Let's see. For Corpo VTubers, part of the magic is seeing a person behind reach balance with the original character concept and create something novel. Myth mainly comes to mind. Agreed. I remember watching Calliope Mori try and figure out how much she wanted to play a character. I'd be super hesitant of auditioning for an agency because I have other life goals, and the stuff that goes online, those poor agency girls are super toxic, yeah. I think you could make an entire video about expressing character personality through accessories, since they are replaceable from stream to stream. The base model identity is always fascinating to me. Yeah. I know someone who, if I know someone who also designs VTubers, I could recommend them to you maybe. Concepts, the thing is, VTuber designers aren't necessarily the best person to come up with a concept for you. I think clients who come up with their own concept and I just help realize those concepts usually tend to be more successful than just asking me, hey, I don't know what I'm gonna be. Can you just make me a character? I've had that happen before and it was really hard to work with them. The saddest. Oh, hi, saddest. I think it's different from person to person. Some people are just naturally different on camera. It's like the self we are at home. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are all talking such good points. That's the really hard part about this video. Is like, I have a lot of different conflicting ideas about VTuber concept, right? And I don't think there's one good way. There's no one-size-fits-all answer for what VTuber concept you should go with. Because I personally would really struggle with someone coming up with a concept for me, but other people thrive in an environment where someone else gives them a character to play. Yeah. Coming up with your own concept gets you a lot more invested in the design and the character. Agreed. Do you think concept and theme is the same? No. Concept contains the theme. Concept is like an umbrella term for everything your VTuber is going to have. Oh man. Dang it. Bat brain strikes again. Yeah, well, they are kind of gray, having their good things and bad things, yeah. I think sometimes VTuber concept stuff can be very situational, which makes it hard to know what to do at times. Agreed. So, I'm kind of... I know this video should be made. I know this is more important than making a how-to on VTuber lore, because I can make a how-to on VTuber lore within this. Because what's more important is having a strong concept than having a good VTuber design or lore. Honestly, I think concept is what you need more than anything. Concept is more important than having a fancy model. Concept is more important than having a good stream setup or even being entertaining, honestly. I think concept is where it all boils down to. Maybe not better than being entertaining. Let's be honest. Your concept can be a mess, but if you're funny, people will watch you. Okay, where was I? I've watched the VTuber design memorability video so many times because it's so helpful for me, helped me so much with my VTuber design. I'm so glad. Truth be told, I haven't watched it since I published it. An interesting counterexample from the struggle to fit into a corp role is Juniper. Almost her whole deal is redesigning herself, yet since she could begin to with what she's... Wait, hold on, sorry. You can see my brain start to fizzle and die right now. I'm sorry. An interesting counterexample from the struggle to fit into a corporate role is Juniper, I think. Almost her whole deal is redesigning herself, yet since she could pick Yet since she could pick to begin what she's never shifted far. I'm sorry. I don't quite understand, but I do really like Juniper's concept. Yeah. I, for example, usually get attached to things with time, and I use characters that aren't mine become mine, mundane objects become special. That's another thing, yeah. Maybe I just like Yam because I've used her, but I haven't used her as much as Lorelei. That's true. That's a thing. Content over concept over everything. Yeah. Yeah, becoming entertaining is kind of important, yeah. Concept does lead into design, lore, and how you act. It's pretty important, yeah. If you don't have a concept in mind, your stream won't be cohesive. What I do starting with my name, it's a pun on cellulose. Aw, I just got it. But Jose is a patron of the Saint Workers, crossing with my name, my game interest in Minecraft and other interests, DIYing. I'd probably end up modeling my design after characters that bring to mind the frugal and maker archetypes. Yeah! I think honestly having like a brainstorming web of your lore, your design, all of that goes into concept. Concept is one of the ways VTubers can stand out compared to traditional streamers and YouTubers. Agreed. Also, the nice thing about concept, I keep saying this, but it's true. It's free and anyone can do it. And you should do it. You should do it yourself, in my opinion. If you don't have the luxury of doing it yourself and you like to work, I mean, you like to act, that's great. You can make that character your own. But yeah, I think coming up with your own concept, either that or finding an adoptable that really speaks to you on a personal level, is the way to go. You can make something like a radar chart, since a lot of these things can be situational, and finding your balance would be more important than min-maxing. Yeah, I'll consider that. I will make a note of that too. Yeah, theming and concept can be very fun. As someone who does graphic design, I absolutely love them being used in everything possible. Yeah, so I'm not really a graphic designer. I'm trying more, but I actually hired someone else to do my logo this time around for the 2.0 because graphic design is not my passion. But yeah, theming also goes into concept. I have a lot of notes. Thank you guys for helping me so much. I think the first... You can even just throw your VTuber concept into a video game with an avatar character and role-playing through that. It could be really fun if you get into it, yeah. I'm probably one of the few that found an adoptable as something I really wanted. Yeah, and I'm sure if I don't address the fact that adoptables exist at this point in the video, I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments like, I didn't make my own VTuber concept, but I am so attached to it. And I think that's what it really boils down to. You know what? I'm gonna write this word. I'm gonna write attachment. You need to be attached. Also, hi Cyber. I'm sorry I keep ignoring you in chat. This chat has been kind of intense today. But nice to see you, Cyber. Cyber is a voice actor, and he really owns his VTuber concept. For me, I really just picked my concept based on what animal I connected with the most, because I thought of like 11 different animals. Yeah. Well, they're called adoptables because you adopt them like a child. It makes sense that you get attached. Sorry, but could you give examples of concepts by mentioning famous VTuber and what their concept is? I still struggle to understand what concept is. Thank you. Okay. I'll just go. Gargura is a kawaii shark VTuber. Calliope Mori is a Grim Reaper rapper VTuber. Crazy Ollie is a crazy zombie idol VTuber. Hoshimachi Suisei is a star idol VTuber. I'll go with some Niji Sanji ones, but I'm not very good with Niji Sanji. Selen Tatsuki is a competitive dragon racer. Pomu Rainpuff is a light fairy from Neverland. So it's basically how you describe the character in a single sentence. A single sentence. It can't be the full lore, because if it's longer than a single phrase, it's character lore. It's not a concept. Yeah, attachment is super important. I'm going with an OC that I've been tumbling around in my brain for a decade. It's been super refined over the years. Yeah. Even after my account died on DeviantArt, the adoptables I sold are still being drawn by their owners. Aww. You can also be overly attached. There's a fine line between. Sometimes you have to scrap things you really like because they don't work with anything. Yeah. I think the main connecting point with all good VTuber concepts is you can describe them without saying anything about how they actually look. Well, that's true. You know what? I'm taking notes there. I hope you guys are okay with me taking notes on your comments. This is collaborative writing hour, I guess. I'm not gonna take anyone's comments word for word, but it's all food for thought while I construct this, this script. Because the how-to part and, like, actually analyzing what makes a good one is really, really difficult. Because it's so broad. I can fumble through a description of like how much of bat brain dead. Okay. I can get through a description of like what a character concept is and how I came up with mine. But when I get to explaining why character concepts are good or how to do it yourself, I start to freeze up. Sometimes I wonder what I would be, but honestly I'd have trouble figuring out what character I should have. Yeah, and someone mentioned asking friends. I just thought about this, but what about starting small with your concept and adding to it over time? That's actually already in my script, back from the lore video that I was going to make this, but now we are changing it to a concept video because, number one, my lore video didn't do too well, and actually what you need is a strong concept before you can even think about lore, so that's what I'm making a video on instead. What are your thoughts? Wait, what are your thoughts on one, changing their voice for their VTuber model? Whatever makes you more comfortable. Just make sure you're not straining yourself. Don't strain yourself with the character voice. I've done a character voice before. I did it incorrectly, and I could only stream for an hour at a time because everything hurt. But, you know, changing your voice for your character, if it's fun and you can do it in a safe way, go for it. That's fun. I love watching your videos and streams because your voice is very common for me. You're awesome. Oh, thank you for saying so. That's so kind. The VTuber greetings also gave me an idea on concept or personality of who you're watching. Oh yeah. VTuber greetings. Like literally everything stems from the VTuber concept. Not that I've tried to think of personal VTuber concept, but for tabletop RPG characters I've written or played, I tend to sketch and then see what falls out of live play. Can this work for VTubing? I think so, yeah. Actually, a lot of people have just adapted their tabletop RPG characters or Final Fantasy OCs into a VTuber character before. Sometimes to design my avatars, I use something outside of myself, not to feel too egocentric like a doll I loved as a child or a beautiful box of my own. They're kind of like a blank canvas. Yeah, that's cool. A good concept is probably one that is easily communicated. Yeah. Yeah. Coke's Technobite, you are on fire tonight. I agree. Because if you just rely on design, yeah. But at the same time, what do you guys think about Hollow Council's concepts? Some people, and I don't really agree, but I've heard this common complaint with Hollow Council is that their concepts are too broad. Hollow Council's, like, let me get up a picture for those of you. I've heard that Hollow Council's concepts are so broad that it made the designs feel odd for Hololive. What do you guys think about that? Is there such thing as a too broad of a concept? Let me find a... Why can I not find a... Okay, there it is. Like, I've heard that, like, that being a common complaint of Hollow Council. The concepts were too broad, so the character designs became odd. I don't know where to put this. I'll put it above me. I'll just scrunch. There we go. Okay. Just for a sec. Alright, let me see. Yeah, Mickey Mouse and Iron Man fused into Iron Mouse. True Iron Mouse lore. For example, Penguin, then adding onto it by what they like. Chin strap, so now you have a... If you don't mind biblical allegory, you can refer to the concept as the character's initial seed. I don't mind biblical allegories, don't worry. Like, seed planted determines the final product, but now... Or how you nourish the plant changes the result. Yeah! That's cool. You know what? I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna take some notes. Let's see. Hollow Council theme is great. Everyone expresses the theme in an interesting way. Not too broad, too highbrow. How on earth are you supposed to embody this spirit of time in a memorable way? Yeah, I think it's a high ask for the actress behind each one. I'm not sure what the complaint actually is. They're basically a council of gods. I think they're too important. Well, I guess it's easier to fall into stereotypes and make the character look generic with a broader concept, but it also gives you more freedom. Yeah. Broad, no, but it does feel like some of the girls took the concepts easier than others. Mume barely mentions that being tied to civilization. The thing is, if I was given the concept of being all of civilization, I would not know how to act on stream either. Nature is an easier concept to embody than... Yeah. Extremely broad concept, but amazing execution. No, Jose, I got what you were talking about, the army penguin. I think that's really a good way of talking about VTuber design. I think it helps if you're wanting to connect with your VTuber character. Yeah. Taking things from your real life. Yeah. Hi, Yam, just binged all your videos last night. Now I'm a new fan. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Just finished rigging my new model, but I cannot come with a name or lore. So don't worry about lore yet. Don't worry about lore. Lore will come over time. However, with the name, we were just talking about this earlier in stream. You want to pick something that is unique enough to become a username. You can go one of two ways. You can either go the username route, like Iron Mouse, Silver Veil, Fruit, you know, one long username that's unique, or you could go a traditional VTuber route and have a first and last name. With first and last name names, you want to keep in mind an international audience, so you don't want to pick a first name that is too difficult for your audience to pronounce. You want to go avoid something that can be mispronounced a lot of the time. And for last name, you just want to pick something unique enough to stand out. And usually I don't like to pick real people names. I like to pick something more fantastical. So yeah, good luck with your name. All ideals act like seeds. Glad you like the concept. Yeah. I feels like the key thing with council is contradictions. I think sometimes to struggle to connect with their concepts so they do their own thing. Base design integrates dice, which implies chance, not chaos. I just realized that Hollow Council concepts are great artist briefs, but terrible character briefs. VTuber concepts need both to get every advantage. Wow, that's a really good way to put it. Because I think their designs are really good. Well, I think most of their designs are really good. I'm not gonna make this a roast on Hollow Council tonight, but I think given the embodiment of a concept makes it really hard to be a human on your stream and also embody that concept. Lore will come in the shower when you're overthinking life. Agreed. I felt Mume theme is harder to show in a design because it's the less ethereal of those concepts. Time is easier to express with a clock, space with a planet, nature with plants. Agreed. I feel like character archetypes in the deeper sense, like human values and vices and personality parameters, are the core, and aesthetics and lore are the sprinkle on top. Agreed. Agreed. That's why I actually switched gears. I was gonna make a tutorial on how to do lore until I realized that lore is kind of the last thing you want to start with. Sorry, that made no sense. Lore is the end. The end, what you want to do at the end. Unless you're like really writing minded and like lore is going to be your main appeal with your character, maybe you can come up with lore. But character VTuber concept has to come first. I forget if you missed this. But are there any VTuber names you really adore? I like traditional are there any VTuber names I particularly adore? I like 1 to 2 syllable first names. I know her first name is technically Ina, or Inanus, but I like Ina. I think Callie, Gura, Ina, like just the 1 to 2 syllable first names work really well. Let's see. I honestly feel like I associate Cancel with their personalities more than their concepts, as their concepts are very abstract. It does make for interesting music themes, though. Yeah. That's the other thing you have to keep in mind, and I'm going to write a note, is, what content you want to make. Keep it all in mind, even music. Even music. There we go. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry. I've been working on my concept this entire time and using the tips you said. Aw, I'm glad. Yeah, chat's really been helpful tonight, too. TBH, I feel like Tempest's concepts are a little harder for me to understand if I were to stare at them with no prior knowledge. Yeah, but they're like, they've got this whole, like, world building lore stuff going on. Tempest is a mixed bag, I'd say, with effective character concepts. Taking notes, this is seriously so helpful. Nice! I'm so glad. Jose comes back to the Junyan types from earlier. Yeah, okay. Hi, Ming Xiaozhang. Nice to see you. Grofa, I think my issue with Council is that the concepts are just literal concepts like space, time, civilization, and so on. They aren't really character concepts and thus fall a little flat as a character. Yeah, that makes sense. I think, really depends on, like, what council member we're talking about, too. Because, and I feel like it was really a roll of the dice if the actress could come up with something for council. I'm not biased at all, but Sana actually made the space theme work most of the time. She was actually really into astrology herself, so it actually felt like it fit her. But you're right, like with people with Mume, that's not who Mume is. She's not the embodiment of civilization. It's too hard to portray the embodiment of civilization. It's not a character concept. I personally wouldn't pick something so broad for myself. And someone, I forgot to talk about this, dang it. Someone talked about, how they felt too important. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I need to talk about. God VTuber concepts. God VTuber concepts, guys. If you are good at acting and you want to be a god, just know it's harder for you to relate, or for your audience to relate to you as a god. That's the other thing. If you're a high, powerful being, it's going to be harder for your audience to relate to you. Harder to your audience to relate to you. Unless that is what you are looking for, because godlike VTuber lore puts the VTuber on a pedestal, and that can be good or bad. For an indie, it's really bad. An indie starting out with god lore, oof, it can be a little hard to relate to it. Especially if that same indie plans on talking about venting their issues about, like, their convenience store job. You'll have a hard time. However, if you're, like, a really popular streamer and you're going the more idle route, God VTuber lore can totally work. Iron Mouses works. Someone said Monarchs works. Like, that Merryweather media style VTuber lore and concept works if you're already popular and you want to be put on a pedestal and you want to have a separation between you. Sorry, I'm taking notes on the fly. Between you and your audience. If you want to be a more intimate streamer with your audience and you want to be relatable, don't make yourself a god. Okay? Okay. Okay, sorry. I went on a tangent. Someone said that in chat earlier, and I forgot to follow up on that. Let's see. Finally made it to a stream. Glad. I like Ocus. It's easy to pronounce and very recognizable. Yeah! Vesper looks more like a vampire. Yep. Music is a good point. I've always balanced off several streams because of BGM that rubbed me the wrong way, didn't fit their content or vibe. Yeah. Music is really important to a feeling of anything, a movie or a game. Would you say no concept is a concept in itself, like if you had no real concept to your VTuber? No, it'll just become disorganized, in my opinion. Either disorganized or boring. I feel like everyone needs a VTuber concept. Even if it's just gamer. That is a concept. Even if it's just regular human, that's still a concept. Hako's bales were Hako's bales work in a different way because her design was rat. Okay, with Tempest, I feel like it's odd they're seen in high fantasy settings, but have futuristic aspects of some of their appearance. Yeah, it is. The art direction for Tempest, I feel like needed, for what they were trying to pull off for Tempest, with this cohesive world building, I think they would have done better with not relying on so many different guest artists, and they should have had the generations all designed by the same person and illustrated by different people. You needed like an art director at the heart of Tempest to really make it work. Or like Niji Sanji's X-Slay and Illuna, how they all agreed on, okay, you make your own VTuber concepts, but keep it in this uniform. The uniform is what ties X-Illuna, yes, X-Slay and Illuna together. Anyways, Crony fits because she's an old soul. Mume fits because she is an artist who can make both beautiful and cursed creations. Yeah, there's aspects of civilization and time that work with Crony and Mume. It's interesting how fans use some of their last names, but others use the last name. Maybe it's actually an edge. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say Multiverse Monarchs works. Yes, we talked about that earlier. Are we throwing shade to VShoujo Mythos? No, we're not. I'm saying it works for like it works for big streamers. The god lore works for big streamers because they're already big and they want a separation from their audience. God lore creates separation from audience. So don't do it if you want to be relatable to your audience. It's also harder to explain why a god is sitting around streaming instead of doing whatever gods are supposed to do. Yes. Gods can only be relatable if they're obviously just god complexes. That's not a pedestal, it's an easy in-joke. I see, yeah. Maybe fallen god complaining about the convenience store inconveniences would be funny. It could be funny, yes. True. Being a god is hard to pull off if you're not Morgan Freeman. Yeah. Like yeah. If the character is too complete/perfect, it may feel like there's no room for character development. Like Aloe's small horns because she was still maturing. Yeah. I think what I'm trying to say is don't make your character Mary Sue, maybe not necessarily a god. Let me see. Don't make your character perfect or a Mary Sue. I think that's what I was trying to get at. Someone from Ian Management is, Chunibyo. What do you feel about concepts that take from pre-existing concepts, like fairy tales? I think they can work as long as the property you are taking off of is royalty, or is in the Creative Commons, because you might want to merchandise the character later. I love Alice in Wonderland, and I love Alice in Wonderland inspired designs, and I might get an Alice dress one day, so yeah, there you go. Would you recommend having just an animal without a secondary concept? So no. My concept was supposed to be a viola playing bat, Honduran and white bat, so I gave myself a bit of a viola performance outfit. So even though I'm a very niche species of animal, I don't think, niche species of animals can work on their own. Like, I don't have any other examples, but yeah. Alright, I'm off to bed. Good luck on the brainstorming, y'all. Thanks, Bolero Melody. Foolish says, superpowered technology can work in fantasy settings too. Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade do it well, but that's because you very freely explore those worlds. Yeah. Good night. Alright, I'm clarifying because my other chat was vague. I mean, they're called by their last name and some are called by their first name. How we call you Yam and not Komori. I have gotten Komori though. And I think it has to do with whatever the talent who was... Okay, I don't know if talents actually choose their name. I don't know. Some people have said yes and some people have said no. The the jury's out on that one. But yeah. Why can't I think anymore? This has been a brain intensive stream, I'm sorry. I feel like we call the shortest name, yeah. But not always. Crony as an example. Would you say Alice in Wonderland design is in the cards? One day. One day. If not another outfit, at least a cover song. One day. Kenny says, hi Yams, hi. Do you get tired of streaming? Yes, I do. Most people get really tired after streaming. Streaming is really hard. And I'm not used to Zatsudan streams. So this is the most I've talked in like 2.5 hours. I think Mista found out about the pun in his name after a while. Yeah. I think it depends on the company and maybe even the generation. Cute glasses, by the way. Thank you. These are my teacher glasses. I like to wear them when I want to look smart. Taking two directly from folklore can be an issue. Lots of public domain characters come with a lot of baggage. Yeah. Though, I want to... Okay, do I want to open this can of worms? Someone that I felt did a good job of, making fairy tale characters into their own concepts was Monty Ohm with the original concepts from RWBY. That's all I'll say about RWBY. I think it's a good balance of letting us know who they're based off of without completely taking from the characters. I've heard Callie had her name changed to Calliope, but it sounds unusual, at least for Hololive. No. She didn't have her name changed to Calliope. She had the kanji in her name changed. But I can see how that might be confusing. Do you do constructive criticism on designs? Yes, if you join my Discord, it's pinned in the link above the chat. You can post your design in my Discord and my community, and I will take a look. Apologies for the worms. Don't worry about it. Yep, Altars, Sirius, Deneb, and Vega are stars from different constellations, also Procyon and Betelgeuse. I did not know that about Tempest. That's really cool, actually. Would you turn this into a video essay type video on this? Yes. Yes, that's what we're doing. You guys are helping me write my rough draft of my script as we speak, actually. So, I'm taking notes and, you know, just hearing what you guys have to say before I, you know, do my research, make my PowerPoint presentation, and record a video on this. Let me take a sip. I really can't complain because I'm not used to having such an active chat, so I'm actually really thankful that you guys are helping me. Even though I am getting a little tired, I might end stream in the next 15 minutes or so. I'm not sure. We'll see. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning of my stream, I actually am still getting over some sick, so we're all taking notes together. Yeah. And I hope, you know, I can go more in depth than just this conversation. I just need the seeds. I need to know what to put in the video so that I can refine the concepts to put in the video. So yeah. We're like a cute study group. Yeah. Hi everyone. Happy to be here. Love your vids. I'm so glad. Didn't know that about Tempest either. Maybe because JP Fantasy has so many constellation names. Yeah. I have catched lots of live stream today. A good day. Nice. Hope you feel better soon. I am starting to feel better, actually. It's just slower than I expected it to be. When I scheduled this stream, I assumed I would be 100% better today, and it hasn't really happened. But that's okay. I still feel like I've had a productive conversation with you all, and I know a lot more about what to talk about VTuber concepts. What are the bullet points you have so far? There's so many. It's kind of a mess. But I know that I want to explain what character concepts are, use a couple of examples like an elevator pitch. Then I want to go into, you know, good VTuber concepts examples to kind of appeal to the VTuber fans in the audience more than the VTubers. Talk about why some of everyone's favorite concepts work. And then I want to talk about how to come up with a good character, a VTuber concept. I wanted to say thank you for informing us all on your VTuber journey thus far, and your tips are very helpful for people looking to get into it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear about it. Talking with people can really get the brain juices flowing. Agreed. So yeah. That's kind of what I'm not gonna make this a 30-minute long video again. I need a smaller video. The lore video, I'm proud of the lore video, but it showed some flaws in my video making process that I want to avoid in the future. I made that video too long and I over-researched it. So I really don't want to do that again. Especially because that video came out late as a result, and I really burnt out. Something I think about a lot is how to be marketable but also staying true to yourself. I put that in the notes, but that's very philosophical, and I don't think I'll ever have an answer for that. Haven't seen that video. I should. That's because it didn't get... You know, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it didn't get put in the algorithm much. It kind of got suppressed. I don't know if I made Papa YouTube mad or what, but maybe it just wasn't everyone's taste. I'm not sure, but yeah, I did make a video on VTuber lore last month, so you can find it on my channel if you haven't seen it. Laura, Disney, Gothic, etc., etc. Typography can say a lot about a thing. Yeah, even font is part of a VTuber's brand. Yeah. Could you cut the video into parts? It's already out. Yeah, it's already out. I'm not gonna cut it into parts. Yam X Realist collab soon. I mentioned Realist in that video. It's kind of handy that a lot of, quote, household names in VTubing come in handy groups that control for differing resources, etc. Yeah. Oh, I loved the lore video. I thought it was really insightful, and I rewatch it a lot because it makes me think about how cool those VTuber concepts go hand in hand with one another. Yeah. YouTube pushed that video to me this week. Oh, good to know. I'm glad. Glad it's getting out to someone. And not everything can be like a viral success, and I understand that. But I don't care about how the numbers of that video went as much as, how miserable the, how miserable the editing process for that video was. The research and editing really dragged on. Oh, you meant for the lore video, or the concept video. Yeah, no. I really want to try and make it one part, though, because I lose steam for part 2s, as I've learned. I actually found your channel from your lore video. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you, everyone. But yeah, I'm more talking about how that video was really tough on me. It was really strenuous, and I don't want my hobby to be strenuous, so I'm changing up my formula. It's not just to get noticed by YouTube Senpai. It's more to make it more sustainable for me. I'm not going to over-research like that ever again. I watched so much VTuber lore in preparation for that, and I ended up not using most of the VTuber lore I researched, so, you know how it is. Let me see. Okay, sorry, I just need to check Discord really quick. Don't worry about it though. But yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on what to talk about. The main thing is gonna be what's the takeaway from this, this concept video, because I don't want to leave it on too broad of a note, like, just do whatever speaks to you, man. That's a little too, yeah. It's too broad, so I'm trying to figure out, like, how I can make this... You know how my VTuber design video has a very practical guide on VTuber design and like a checklist of how you can check if your VTuber design is memorable? I want to make something like that for concept. But concept is so broad, it's really, really hard. Spidey, nice to see you! Quick checking in before I go to sleep. VTuber lore brain fry sounds real. Yes, especially because a lot of recent VTuber lore has been written by the same people, and you start to notice their formula very quickly. Not to say the formula is bad, but if you watch every isekai anime back to back, you're gonna start to get tired of the genre, if that makes sense. Maybe give a suggestion of what to do. Like, if you don't know, try this rather than a conclusion. Yeah. And maybe that's when we can talk about the different personality quizzes you can do and different tropes you might relate to. So yeah, because I feel like if you don't get concept right, you're building your whole VTuber brand on a foundation of sand, honestly. Yeah, so yeah, what about do what you feel drawn to while also balancing what kind of character you like to play and how it can let your own personality and interests shine through. Yeah, that's good. I think I'd also need to have two different conclusions for people who want to be themselves and want to play a character. I think that's going to be two different audiences, two different people to talk about. So I will have to do... Yeah. Nyanner's lore video from this week was really refreshing, if totally insane. Yeah. I like the V Shoujo mythos as it's like standalone, not taken too seriously, kind of, you know, just a fun thing. But when I had to do like an analysis video on the whole thing all at once, it was really... I kind of died. Something I find fun for figuring out a concept is how you create a character to represent yourself in video games or D&D. Yeah! I might use that analogy. I'm looking forward to the concept video. I've been trying to make a VTuber persona for almost 3 years, and I'd like to hear your advice. Yeah. That'll be hard since concept is less concrete. There's already lots of guides for character designs, and that's just refined for VTubers. Yeah. Though... Yeah, it's gonna be hard not to accidentally conflate this with the design video. Oh, like those who want to start indie and those who potentially like to join a company? Something like that. I do think they should have different... I think that might be a different video altogether though, huh? But I don't have an experience as an agency VTuber. But yeah, some people want to come up with a concept and then play the character themselves. Like you can, let's say in real life you're actually a really shy person, but you want to be like this super outgoing rock star character in the VTuber sphere, because you can be anyone, so why not be something you're totally not? And then something you know, something you have to work on is being able to play that character, but it's really fulfilling to you to play a character that's completely opposite of you. Then I'd consider you someone who's playing a character, but you know that you came up with the concept all your own at the same time, even though you're totally different in real life. Usually following the rule of 3 when choosing stuff is nice. 3 main themes, 3 main audiences, 3 main interests. Oh, rule of 3. Noted. The shy person wanting to be a rock star, so Bochi the Rock. Yep. Maybe I'd Bochi on the brain. Usually following... Oh, sorry. Ooh, that would be a fun, if really hard, follow-up Zatsu. Viewer concept workshopping? Yeah, I could do that. Though I feel like I'm currently not the best person to talk about when it comes to VTuber concept yet. Sometimes the gap between style and concept IRL person is also what's appealing. Isn't that called gap moe? Is that called gap moe? I want to get the right terminology here. Because I've heard the term gap moe, but I only recently learned that moe isn't an art style, but it's an anime trope, so yeah. Let's see. I'd say I'm the shy person who wants to be a rock star, but I'd be honest and crawl on stage anytime I can. I just have general anxiety. Yeah. And VTubing is honestly a great outlet for people who have a lot of social anxiety. And you might be a lot more outgoing as a VTuber than in real life. Okay, it is called Gap Moe. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down, so I have the correct terminology. Thank you. Hello, Semi-Enigma. Nice to see you. How do you think IRL content could affect the concept/design, i.e. onigiri, or any hand cam stream? Yeah, I mean, you would want to know what kind of concept, or you want to know what content you're making before you go with your design a lot of the time. So, this kind of content you make should influence the design and not the other way around. I hope that made sense. You should know what kind of content you want to make beforehand so that you can make a design that suits the content you want to make. I think that's how I would word that. Sometimes is Gap Moe like an evil character but a shy guy, or an angelic girl but a complete generate? Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Gap Moe is specifically a character that is a hard exterior, but they're cuddly and cute on the inside. Okay. Oh, nice to see you, Disodosid. Okay. Semi is fine. Okay. But people use it more generally now, yeah. What are y'all talking about? We're talking about, VTuber concept as a whole. I'm gonna make a video on it, so we're just kind of workshopping the script together. Gap Moe is just conflicting character traits like cute girl with a smart mouth, or tall, dark, and handsome with a penchant for puppies. Cute. I think it's more unexpected ultra cuteness, like a jump scare. I can see a hermit crab for that. I think a hermit crab based that's very punkish. and outgoing on the outside but quick to retract back into their shell after maybe. That's cute. What if someone, definitely not me of course, where the VTuber is just them IRL and they make gaming and comedy vids? That's actually been done quite a bit, which is always fun. I have a friend who started VTubing playing exclusively war games and so picked a cute military uniform, then got stuck when they got totally burnt out on the general. Specialization can be dangerous. I will keep that in mind. Yeah. That's one thing I've told myself is I'm known for VTuber design, but at some point I do want to broaden myself out to character design in general, because niching down too much can lead to burnout in content. But in general, I'll always have a somewhat what is it called, like a well-dressed VTuber design, because I want to be taken seriously, but also someone who looks like I could what am I saying, someone who looks approachable. I want to look approachable, but also someone who can be respected. That's kind of my design philosophy. So you know, Honduran white bat as itself doesn't tell you what kind of content I'm gonna make. And, you know, like, even Calliope Mori with her Rapping Reaper persona, she makes a lot more content than just rapping. So even though she has a design based on her niche, that doesn't mean the only content she makes is in that niche. So the gap part of gap moe is how certain traits are on a person, and the moe comes from people not knowing how to react to said gap, leading to flustered reactions. Okay. I'm going to copy paste that explanation into my Discord so I don't, or my Google Docs, so I don't get confused later. Like a teacher? Yeah, kind of like a teacher. I mean, I want to be a teacher later in life once I can get to college, so that makes sense. I think that comes to future-proofing, not just thinking about what you want to do now, but where you see yourself in a year or 5 years and such. That's harder for VTubers. That's harder for VTubers, because you never know. Honestly, I've changed so much as a content creator just from experience. That's another thing. Experience! Experience will tell you what is a suitable concept. That's why I think people just need to start streaming and then figure out the logistics of their VTuber later. I mean, keep yourself anonymous, of course, but all the details of your VTuber can come later. But only with experience will you know what kind of content suits you best. Once you have a type of content that's hard to get out, you like design, then you can make videos about your opinion on video game design, try to fill a niche. Yeah, I want to do some video game design videos. I don't know if you already have this down, but a general good rule of thumb is try multiple different things you want to explore for your concept. I do, but we haven't talked about it yet. So, I talked about this on Yuki's talk show, but Yam was one of 11 different animals that I workshopped as a concept. Some of them included capybara, horseshoe crab, orchid mantis, I mean, various different dogs, because I really like dogs. What else was I thinking of? I tried a lot of insects, and it was hard for me to be as graceful as a butterfly. Honestly, I felt like I wasn't graceful enough for an insect. But yeah. Sorry. I totally lost my train of thought. I don't know though, because some designs don't tell you anything about what someone actually streams. Yeah, but I'd argue that that means it's not as an effective. That's not true. Never mind, never mind. I don't know what to think about that. Just googling moe etymology might be a good idea, but there's a lot been written about the alchemy of it. Sounds like it might be relevant. Okay. 5 years as a VTuber, so much change. A lot don't last that long, sadly. Agreed. Think about it. Hololive just turned 5. Hololive just turned 5. Because you may fall in love with your original idea, but there might be a better one out there and you never know. And you can change as a person a lot in 5 years. Yeah, I'm gonna change my design next month because the first one wasn't thought out at all. Yeah. Gonna be sad saying goodbye to her. Yeah. It was really hard saying goodbye to Lorelai too. Hard recommend against college. Go to a community college. I already have a community college degree. But I can't be a music teacher without a bachelor's degree. So that's my goal someday. Hey, now that you say it, there is an oddball. It's odd that there isn't a capybara VTuber yet. There have been a few that have come and gone, but they're usually on the small side. Also, most community college teachers don't publish papers. Oh, no, I don't want to be a college teacher. I want to be an elementary school teacher. I want to teach little kids music. Yeah. Insects tend to be more alien, harder to relate to, I think. I agree. Ended up working for Juniper because she goes horror monster girl. Yeah. Agreed. I don't know. An interesting design will get me to watch. I am always happy and surprised when I see someone doing something super calm and cozy. Hello. Hi, Patrick's Hearted Away. Kenny, there's actually a large amount of insect VTubers, but the majority of them tend to form towards the hot woman side than the insect side, yeah. Gotta make him love music early, exactly. If I were an insect, yeah. A mafia boss, but a dork, that's fun. I think that's the Gap Moe thing. I've thought of making a one-off history vid, but my channel is gaming, so is it too out of place? That is what I'm trying to figure out myself. Something I've been noticing is, I think having stream clips. Oh man, is the BGM like super low, guys? Sorry, I didn't even notice. Maybe there was no BGM for you guys this whole time. Anyways, what I was... Wait, where'd my chat go? Oh, there it is. YouTube doesn't like you doing anything else outside of what you got popular for, which really sucks for me because I released some stream clips on my channel, and because they were gaming related, I felt like they just didn't do well. Not the stream clips, but I feel like it messed my whole channel up in the algorithm lately. You have a BGM? No, I don't have a BGM. I'm just playing off of, like, a radio. There's a BGM. There was supposed to be a BGM this whole time, yeah. I don't think it's playing, though. Let me try and fix that. It's somewhere. Yeah. There it is, but you know what? It's fine. We're almost done with stream anyways. Oops. You guys didn't get a BGM today. That's fine. I didn't mean to keep my BGM from you guys. Not a VTuber, but Let's Plays for years, then started doing military procurement slideshows for an hour and exploded. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard finding your niche. Glad you want to be a teacher. I had lots of music teachers as a little kid, and most of them were clearly frustrated not going pro and teaching kids instead. Yes, I have noticed that. I don't want to go pro. I want to teach little kids. That is my passion. I have already interned at schools. I have already taught classes, and I really enjoy it, and that's what I like to do with music most. So, you know, I've had plenty of music professors that are just living vicariously through me, who, like, wanted me to be the best because they couldn't be the best, and yeah, people judge music teachers because they're like, oh, so you couldn't make it as a professional, so you became a teacher. When making it professionally was never my goal, so... So yeah, that's my little tangent about music teachers, but yeah. I went longer than... I've been doing covers for years and I exploded because of a 55 silly demo fan song. Yeah, the algorithm's super unpredictable. And I'm still doing more, research on the algorithm myself. Do you have a specific grade level you want to teach? Or do you mean music teacher not associated like a school? I like upper graders in elementary school. I think that's like... But so far I've actually done lower graders. And I've done middle schoolers. Those have been my two teaching endeavors so far. I taught lower graders how to read music, and we did percussion. And then I actually interned at a youth orchestra at the middle school level before. And I enjoyed both, but the middle schoolers ate me alive. Not gonna lie. They smelled my weakness. They smelled my fear. Here's a tangent to end on. So I'm a viola player. I am not a violin player, but I can get by on the violin. I can get by on it, but that's not what I studied, you know. I can technically play a little violin and a little cello because that's my job, but that's not what I learned on. That's not what's familiar to me, and I can just do enough to get by. And every time I would do a demonstration for a cellist or a violinist in the middle school, they would be like, I don't have to listen to you because you're a worse player than me. And I just, like, died. I died inside every time. They were like, how come you played it like this? Isn't it supposed to sound like that? Or like, how come you vibrato like that? And they one of them literally said they don't have to listen to me because they're better than me. And I'm just like, oh honey. The problem is my fingers don't do what my brain knows because I'm not a virtuoso violinist. But yeah, seriously, the kids, the moment I played something just a little wrong. Even as a student, I ended up with headaches in middle school, yeah. They told you to get good, rough, yeah, little know-it-alls. The thing is, like, I mean, some of them were technically better at their home instrument than I was at their instrument. But that's always gonna be the case. Like, I can't master every instrument, you know? I can't master every single instrument. That's impossible. Which is why a lot of music teachers will sing the melody instead of ask for an instrument to play it on, but I can't sing. They would make fun of me more if I sang. They would make fun of me more if I sang because I don't have good voice control and it would be out of pitch. My friend did that. He hates everyone though, not just teachers. Yeah. So, if I had a violin, I would definitely practice it a little bit in preparation for being a music teacher, but I don't know. Violins are just so dainty. They're really hard to, like, especially in the upper register, get the exact pitches. It's really easy to be out of tune on a violin. He also bullied the violas. Yeah. I wonder how one gets in pitch. The problem is my brain knows the pitch, but my voice control is so horrible that I'll undershoot it when I actually sing it. Middle school was awful time for everyone, TBH, and I know they're having a rough time, which is why I was really easy on them, and I even would ask them, like, hey, is there anything I can write for you guys, arrange orchestral arrangement for, so that you guys can play it for your spring concert? And they chose the was it Wii Sports? I think it was Wii Sports theme. And I actually arranged the Wii Sports theme for them to play, which was a big challenge for them because there was a lot of accidentals. But yeah, is there a difference between violin and viola? Yes, viola is slightly bigger and has the strings of a cello instead, so it's like the middle ground between a violin and a cello. Because you mentioned playing a viola in an interview. Yeah, viola is my main instrument. I've been playing it for over half my life, and so yeah, you usually just practice the pitch. If I'm struggling, I use my hand and mark my range in the air. Yeah, I do that too, but now you're talking about violins, yeah. Yo, Wii Sports, that's a good pick. Yeah, Wii Sports was fun to play. Perchance was one of them suggesting Never Gonna Give You Up. This was before Rickrolling was... Wow, was it really before Rickrolling was like a big? I think it was, man. Oh, man. Oh, am I old, guys? I guess I'm old now. I'm currently trying to learn to play the keyboard through YouTube, but I got a booklet a few days ago, so it might be a little easier to understand now. Yeah, it's hard self-teaching music, but you got this, Jose. I believe in you. But yeah, that was my final tangent. I've been going for 3 hours, which is an hour more than I planned to stream today. But we had... Oh, has Rickrolling been big forever, though? Okay, well, no one asked for it. And also, I didn't have a computer yet, so... Forgive me if I lived under a rock. I did have a smartphone, but the only social media I used was Pinterest and Tumblr. And it wasn't like cool Tumblr, it was like frog photography Tumblr. Oh, hi Chizu, nice to see you. Never Gonna Give You Up will always be my jam. Glad I was able to catch a stream, had fun. Thanks, Yam, will do my best. Wow. I can't believe I didn't have a BGM for like 3 hours, that's nuts, but thanks for sticking through it anyways, guys. I started playing viola in freshman year of high school, but then the orchestra program got axed. No! Oh man, that makes me want to like cry. Frog photography, wow, a Tumblr original, yeah. Sticky Frogs was my favorite. I even have their stickers on my viola. Glad you stayed longer to hang out with us. Oh no, budget cuts, indeed. This was a good talk for a lot of people here. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks. I thought the long silence was on purpose. No. I had a BGM playing in my ears and not your guys's. Oopsies. There's always scuff. You know, we came for you, not the BGM. Glad. Next time I'll just... I need to figure out how to like download a whole library of songs and then have my OBS loop them. I need to figure out how to do that. Because I don't like the same looping BGM for hours at a time. I can't handle it. And if I can't handle it, then you guys definitely can't handle it, so... Anyways, I think that is where I'm gonna call it before I get on a whole other tangent. Because I know I will, and then I will regret it tomorrow when my voice is fried. So, I'm just gonna call it here. Hi there, it's 4 AM in Germany, so I couldn't really join you, but I'll watch the VOD, can't wait. Oh, so nice. I will do a EU time zone stream next time when I can. I like streaming in the morning anyways. Alright. I hope you guys have a good night. And as always, take care, Bat Bunch.